Welcome back to Chrome and Coffee, car fans. They may have looked like nothing special, ordinary sedans, mild-mannered wagons, even the occasional economy coupe. But under the hood, these cars hid snarling beasts, turbocharged engines, tuned suspensions, raw power that embarrassed sports cars. Today, we're diving into the rarest sleeper cars of the 1990s. These machines could outrun legends and still fly under the radar. Buckle up, because most people never even knew they existed. Let's get started, and don't forget to like and subscribe to Chrome and Coffee. 1994 Volvo 850 T5R. Let's kick things off with the 1994 Volvo 850 T5R. You may be saying to yourself, wait, a Volvo? Yes, a Volvo, the brand known for safety and boxy design, shocked the world when it released the T5R. At first glance, it looked like your typical family wagon, but underneath the hood, it had a 2.3-liter turbocharged inline-5, pushing out 243 horsepower. That's right, 243 horses, front-wheel drive, and a 0 to 60 time in the low sixes. Volvo even partnered with Porsche to fine-tune the suspension, giving this wagon handling that rivaled proper sports cars. The result? A stealthy missile that could carry your kids, groceries, and smoke a Mustang at a stoplight. Only 6,964 units were produced globally. That makes it not just fast, but also rare, especially the banana yellow ones. 1991 GMC Cyclone pickup trucks aren't supposed to be that fast, but no one told GMC that in 1991. The Cyclone looked like a regular compact pickup, but this thing was secretly one of the quickest vehicles on sale, period. Packing a turbocharged 4.3-liter V6 pumping out 280 horsepower and 350 pound-feet of torque, the Cyclone could rocket from 0 to 60 in just 4.3 seconds. That made it faster than a Ferrari 348. Only around 2,998 Cyclones were built, making them extremely rare and totally under the radar. With all-wheel drive and performance-focused everything, it was a true drag strip racer disguised as a truck. 1992 Mitsubishi Galant VR4. Before the Lancer evolution stole the spotlight, Mitsubishi had another secret weapon, the Galant VR4. Based on the ordinary Galant sedan, this all-wheel drive sleeper packed a 2.0-liter turbocharged inline-4, the legendary 4G63, pumping out 237 horsepower. It had a 5-speed manual transmission, rally-inspired suspension, and enough tech to embarrass far more expensive cars. In North America, only 3,000 units were imported between 1991 and 1992. That makes it ultra-rare and a forgotten legend. With roots in the World Rally Championship, the VR4 was a testbed for the tech that would later define the Evo series. 1995 Audi S6 Avant. Most people wouldn't expect much from a 1990s Audi wagon. But the 1995 Audi S6 Avant was anything but average. Under the hood, a 2.2-liter turbocharged inline-5 producing 227 horsepower. But the real magic was the Quattro all-wheel drive system and the bulletproof 5-cylinder motor capable of serious tuning potential. In fact, this same engine was tuned up to 315 horsepower in the RS2 Avant in European markets, and co-developed with Porsche. Only a few thousand S6 Avants were brought to North America, making it a unicorn today. Combine practicality, stealth, and a nasty exhaust note, and you've got one of the coolest wagons ever made. 1993 Mazda 626 LXV6 5-speed. You probably didn't expect to see a Mazda 626 on this list. This mid-size sedan was known for comfort and economy, but if you found the right one, you got something special. The 1993 Mazda 626 LXV6 with a 5-speed manual was a true factory sleeper. It had a 2.5-liter DOHC Phi-6 producing 164 horsepower. Not crazy numbers, but paired with a lightweight body and manual gearbox, it was surprisingly quick. These cars were very rare with the manual V6 combo, and because they were used and abused as commuter cars, very few good ones survive. Not the fastest car on this list, but one of the stealthiest. 1996 Saab 9000 Aero. Saab always did things differently, and the 9000 Aero was their masterpiece of stealth performance. To the untrained eye, it appeared to be a boring European sedan. But inside, a turbocharged 2.3-liter four-cylinder engine producing 225 horsepower, paired with a 5-speed manual and torque that came on like a freight train. The real magic was in the mid-range as Saab tuned the Aero for highway passing power, with its 50 to 70 mile-per-hour acceleration rivaling a Ferrari Testarossa. Only a few thousand Aeros were ever produced, and Saab's quirky image meant very few people took them seriously until it was too late. 1990 Chevrolet Lumina Euro 3.4 DOHC. A Lumina, yes, the 1990 Chevrolet Lumina Euro 3.4 DOHC was a rare experiment from GM trying to bring Euro-style sportiness to American sedans. The 3.4-liter LQ1 V6 engine made 210 horsepower, and when paired with a 5-speed manual, it truly moved. Built for just a few short years in limited numbers, these cars were overshadowed by more popular models like the Grand Prix GTP and Buick Regal GS. But the Lumina Euro with the DOHC engine and stick shift remains a true oddball and a secret performance gem for those who know. 1992 Ford Taurus SHO Yamaha V6. The Ford Taurus SHO, especially the first and second gen models, was the definition of a sleeper sedan. Built with a 3.0-liter DOHC V6 engine co-developed with Yamaha, it revved to 7,000 RPM and produced 220 horsepower. And this was in the early 1990s, when a Mustang GT barely made 215. The SHO came with a manual transmission, sport suspension, and subtle badging. It looked like your aunt's commuter car until you floored it. Only a small fraction of Tauruses were SHOs, and clean examples today are nearly impossible to find. 1998 Nissan Stagea 260 RS Autech. This one was never sold in America, but it deserves a spot. The 1998 Nissan Stagea 260 RS Autech was a Skyline GTR in wagon form. It had the legendary RB26DETT twin-turbo inline-6, all-wheel drive, and a 5-speed manual. It was built by Autech, Nissan's performance division, and designed to be the ultimate sleeper wagon. Only 1,734 units were made, and they looked like bland family haulers but could keep up with Toyota Supras and Lancer Evos all day long. Thanks to import laws, a few have made their way to the US, but they remain elusive and shockingly underrated. 1997 Mercedes-Benz C36 AMG. Long before AMG became a household name, there was the C36 AMG. Released in 1995 and running through the late 90s, this sedan was hand-assembled by AMG with a 3.6-liter inline-6 making 276 horsepower. It did 0 to 60 in around 5.8 seconds. Serious performance for a luxury car of its time. There were no loud badges, no massive spoilers, just tasteful touches and brutal performance. Only around 5,200 units were ever made globally, and even fewer made it to North America. It was AMG's quiet warning shot and one of the cleanest sleeper sedans of the decade. 1994 Subaru Legacy GTB Twin Turbo. Another forbidden fruit from Japan was the 1994 Subaru Legacy GTB. This JDM-only wagon came with a twin-turbocharged 2.0-liter flat-4 and all-wheel drive. It made 276 horsepower, the unofficial maximum under Japan's gentleman's agreement. That's the same output as the Impreza WRX STI, but in a grocery-getter shell. It featured Bilstein suspension, rally-tuned dynamics, and room for 5. Never sold in the US, these wagons were sleeper royalty in Japan. And today, thanks to the 25-year import rule, they're finally trickling in, but still incredibly rare. 1990 Lexus LS 401 UZF EV8. At first glance, the Lexus LS 400 was a luxury sedan built to rival Mercedes. But beneath the surface, there was a masterpiece of engineering. Powered by the 4.0-liter 1 UZF EV8, the LS 400 delivered buttery smooth power, 250 horsepower, bulletproof reliability, and near-perfect balance. The car was so well built, it became a favorite of tuners who turned them into silent assassins. In the hands of the right builder, the LS400 could become a tire-shredding monster. Bone stock, it could quietly outrun many so-called sports sedans, all while offering pure comfort. Rare? Not in actual production numbers, but finding one in clean, original condition today? That's the real challenge. The 1990s were a golden era of automotive experimentation, one where performance was hidden in plain sight. These rare sleeper cars weren't about showing off. They were about surprising you, crushing egos and doing it all without breaking a sweat. Some of these were forgotten. Others never even made it to our shores, but they all shared one thing. They were fast, even though they didn't look like it. Which one of these sleepers is your favorite? Did we miss a hidden gem from the 90s? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this ride, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more stealthy speed machines. Thanks for joining Chrome and Coffee. We'll see you in the next one.